I'm the head of design for Group Renault. So this means Renault, Renault Samsung, Dacia, Alpine. It's always good to be back in Seoul. It's a very tough, competitive market. But if we can survive here, we can survive everywhere. The first question is interesting because it's the same concept, but the execution of the details is quite different. We worked with our team here in Korea, and we spend a lot of time on very sophisticated elements like the front grille, the detailing of the grille, the final execution of the headlights, the bumper, both front and rear, as well as the lighting, the wheels, and also the lower part of the door. The detailing is a little bit more sophisticated, more rich in terms of fit and finishes. Also, you can see that we chose a white color for the launching color, but a very beautiful white, pearlescent, and with a very light, subtle accent color in orange. So I think the car gained in terms of sophistication, high-tech spirit and feeling, and execution. I cannot make any comments on the situation of Carlos Ghosn for reasons that you can imagine. It's out of my jurisdiction, out of my perimeter. But it has not changed the way we work together with Nissan. The alliance is very strong, and the alliance goes beyond the position of one person. It would be a really bad sign for an alliance if it was dependent on one person. I think we have a very good relationship with Nissan Design. We talk to each other every month. We visit each other twice a year. We share with each other our processes, our projects, best practices, and there has been no change whatsoever in our working relationship. I think when you start talking about autonomous driving, there are different levels. The first levels is when you are still have a choice to drive or not to drive, and the car can take over in certain circumstances. This is one particular part. When you think even further is when the car is completely autonomous, and then you're talking about a robo-vehicle. Without a vehicle, without a driver, without a steering wheel, without pedals. And this, you're not owning the car anymore, but this is becoming mobility services. You order the car through your smartphone, you use it for a few kilometers, and you use it for a few minutes, a few hours, and then somebody else will use it. Those concepts are completely different. In the first case, we have to make sure that if you don't drive, that you have something to do, either for entertainment, for work, for play, for socializing, because the first thing you want to do when you don't drive is to relax. You want to put your seat back, you want to turn around, you need more space. Now this is easy to say, it's hard to do. This is why autonomous cars also become connected, because you want to entertain, you want to work. For completely autonomous cars, we have done 3 concepts last year that show different executions. Yes, and the 3 concepts that we showed in 2018 were aimed at mobility services. One for public transport, easy go, 4 to 6 people. Spend 10 to 15 minutes in the car, get in, get out. A utility concept that we show here on the show stand for last mile delivery. This is the concept that you bring packages into town. And a luxury concept, which is quite interesting, Easy Ultimo, because if you can order a vehicle for 10 minutes, everyone could afford a luxury experience. And this fits really well with our values, where we try to democratize even luxury, so luxury becomes affordable. Electric vehicles and electric powertrains give us potentially an advantage because they are more compact than internal combustion engines. So we have more space at our disposal. And this is a very good thing, because if we want to offer you also the choice to drive or not to drive, and we need to give you therefore more space, an engine that is smaller, more compact, is actually helping us going in this right way. We are not completely free, because very often designers need constraints, and we have a lot of constraints. One thing that will become very important with electric vehicles is aerodynamics, because the further you want to go and the more you want to use freeways, aerodynamics and the aerodynamic performance of a vehicle becomes extremely important. So we are being asked to make the vehicles more compact on the outside and more spacious on the inside. So this is a contradiction, as you can tell, but electric engines could help us to break this paradox. Everything has changed and nothing has changed. Everything has changed in the sense that if you would have told me 5 years ago we would be designing cars without drivers, I would not have believed you. As a young kid, we all started to become car designers because we wanted to design Ferraris and drive really fast. So I'd never imagined in my life that we would be designing cars that are completely autonomous. Nothing has changed in the sense that a car still needs to appeal to you and needs to make your heart beat a little bit faster. And the car needs to seduce you, and if it doesn't pull your heartstrings, you will not be able to sell it. So our job has not changed, despite the fact that everything in life has changed. And the one word, you asked me the one word for Renault, I would say for me it remains passion for life. Because this is what we need to have, and we need this passion in order to find the best and most attractive solutions for you to live your life as you want it.